Hi, Assalamu alaikum. In this fifth video in this series, Urdu for Beginners, we're going to look at 7 new letters and 6 digraphs. This will help you to sound more like a native Urdu speaker. So, let's make a start. Urdu for Beginners, Part 5. We're going to learn this letter first today, okay? It looks very similar to this letter, Kaf. What's the difference? Today's letter has got an extra line on the top. So Kaf has 1 line and this letter has got 2 lines. So this letter is called Gaf and it makes a G sound, which is exactly like the G sound in English word good produced by the letter G, right? Now, look at this word now. Gaf, G, Pesh, U, Lam, L, Alif, A, and Be, B. Makes what? It makes Gulab. And gulab means rose in English. Now look at this. Do you remember the name of this letter? Yeah, do chashmi hai. It's got 2 eyes. So do chashmi means 2-eyed hai. And you remember, it hasn't got a sound of its own. It's used to make digraphs, to make new sounds. So when it joins with the letter Gaf, it makes a new phoneme. That new phoneme is called G, and it makes G sound. We don't have this G sound in English. It's a sound of G with a puff of air added to it. So, look here now. Gaf and do chashmi hai makes G sound, Zabar, which is A, and Re, which is R. So it makes Ghar, and Ghar means home. Now we did this before. That was the first letter we learned. Letter Be, that makes B sound. We also know that this is do chashmi hai, that adds to other letters to change their sound. So what do you think? When we join these two together, what sound it gonna make? Right. When you add do chashmi hai to Be, it becomes a new phoneme. It's called Bhe and it makes B sound. So look at that. Be and do chashmi hai join together, make B. That says B, A, L. Bal. Bal means hair. Now look at this now. Be, do chashmi hai join together, become B sound. Alif A and Lam L. So that's Bhal. Bhal means supervision. So Bal and Bhal. Look at this letter. It looks like the English letter O, but it's not O. It's called Gol He. Gol means round. And we did do chashmi hai, the 2-eyed hai. But this one is Gol He. It makes H sound like the letter H makes in English word hit. So look at this. Gol He, H, Zabar A, and Mim M makes hum. And hum is we. Now I've been telling you that Urdu is a phonetic language and every letter has just 1 sound. However, this is an exception. This letter has more than 1 sound. Okay? Now, when it's at the end of a word, it often sounds different. Sometimes it makes A sound, same as alif, and sometimes it makes a sound like badiye. So it is used as a vowel as well. So look at this. Kaf, k, zabar, a, mim, m, re, r, and here that gol hai gives you a sound. So it says kamra. Now kamra means room or a chamber. Now look at this word now. Kaf and gol hai. Here gol hai gives you a sound. So we read it as k. And k is the connective that. Okay. Now, sometimes this gol hai confuses you even further. So look at this word now. Here we've got two gol hais. Kaf, k, zabar, a. First gol hai gives you h sound, and second gol hai is silent. So that says keh. So if you take this gol hai off, still it's going to be k, h, keh. Now keh means say. This letter, it looks like ze. Remember we did ze? Ze has got one dot, but this letter has three dots. So this is called j, and it gives us j sound. We do have this sound in English. For example, in the English word genre, G gives j sound. Let's do a word. Je, a, le, and gol hai. So here gol hai giving you a sound. So it says jala. And jala means hail. Before we move on to the next letter, I would like you to look at this. This is a cross section of a human head. Now all sounds are made over here in this area. Okay, so let's look at it a bit closely. There. Now look at this now. This is the tongue, lips, teeth, and nose over here. Now suppose I want to make t sound, like in teeth. So I stop the air using the tip of my tongue and my alveolar ridge. So I touch the tongue with my alveolar ridge over here and make t sound. Okay? Look at this. It looks like our bay, but it has no dot, but it has this little symbol on the top. So this letter is called te, and it makes t sound, which is very similar to t in English word stop. Now look at this word. Te, choti ye, wow, choti ye makes what? It makes TV. TV is a TV in English. Okay, let's see the difference between the English t and Urdu t. So when you want to make the t sound in stop, we are placing our tongue over here on the alveolar ridge. But when we make the Urdu t sound, we're touching this place over here. So the tongue is almost curled back and touching the palate of our mouth. So t and t, t and t, two different sounds. So TV and TV, have you noticed the t is different and the v is different as well? In English it's v, and in Urdu it's v. in English is T, and in Urdu it is T. No aspiration, just T sound. Now, look at this now. When we add the do chashmi hai to te, it's called te, and it becomes a new phoneme. It gives t sound, which is very similar to t sound in teak. So, look at this now. Te, do chashmi hai, join together, make t sound, choti ye e, and kaf k. So it'll make teak. Teak means okay, it can mean good, it can mean correct. A really, really important word, in fact, because you can spend whole conversation just saying teak, teak, teak. Let's do another letter. Look at this letter now. It looks like our bay, but it has no dot at the bottom, but two dots at the top. In fact, it looks like a smiley face, mouth and eyes. Now, this is called te. It makes the sound. This sound is similar to th in English word myth, and a bit like t in the English word hit, but it's not really th and t sound. Let me show you how to produce this sound. When I want to make the sound like in hit, what I'm doing is I'm bringing my tongue close to the alveolar ridge and blocking the airflow altogether. T, t. And when I'm making th sound, I bring my tongue in between my teeth and make th sound. In order to make this th sound, what you need to do is this. Bring your tongue to the back of your teeth and then you stop the air. T, t. So that's what they sound like. Not the alveolar ridge, not in between your teeth, but behind your top teeth. Let's do an example. T, a, l, e makes tali, and tali means clap. When you add the do chashmi hai to te, it's called the, and it becomes a new phoneme. It gives th sound, which is in fact very similar to th in the English word thin. So let's make a word. The chashmi hai makes th, alif a, l, e makes thali, and thali means a plate. Now you need to remember that although I said it's similar to th sound, te is plosive. We are totally blocking the air before obviously letting it go. Our next letter is this. This letter looks like Z, but it has no dot. It got a different symbol, and its head is different as well. It's tilted towards the left side. Now, this letter is called dal. It makes d sound, which is similar to d in day. But what's the difference? In English, when you say d, your tongue is touching your alveolar ridge, the area behind your teeth. But when you say Urdu dal sound, your tongue slightly rolls back and touches your palate instead. Okay? So d and d slightly different. Now, look at this word. You should be able to read it now. D, a, l. Dal. Dal is a verb which means pour. When you add this do chashmi hai to dal, it's called de, and it becomes a new phoneme. It gives d sound. So let's look at an example. Dal and the chashmi hai joined together make d sound. L, dal, and dal means shield. So d and d, two different sounds. This is today's last letter. It looks like wow, but the difference is wow has got a round head and this letter has got straight head. Now this letter is called dal. It makes the sound, and this the sound is similar to th in they and a bit like d in day. Now I think that's closer to the sound in they, but some people think that it's closer to d sound in day. So I'm going to say it, you decide. The. Now the is a fricative, but dal is a plosive. Okay, now let's do an example. The l makes dal, and dal means lentil. Now if you add a do chashmi hai to dal, it's called de, and it becomes a new phoneme. It gives the sound. We don't have that the sound in English. So let's try a word. The and the chashmi hai makes the sound. Pesh and then wow makes oo sound, and l makes dhool, and dhool means dust. Your job. Now, using only these letters, make as many words as you can. And you can write your words in the comment section below. I'll give you an example. Now, you should be able to read this word. Alif pesh re ur, dal pesh waw du. Urdu. This is the correct pronunciation of the language we are learning. Urdu, not Urdu. But can you tell me what this image has to do with the language we are learning? I'll be waiting for your response. Until then, goodbye, Allah Hafiz, and have a nice day.